Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys have had a fantastic day. Oh my word, why do I have all of a sudden an accent? Alright, so I'm quite excited about this. Obviously this is the first vlog, so I got a Peugeot 206 essentially, well, the GTI, the 135 horsepower version, which obviously is not as fast as the 180 version, which is the VVTi engine. Mine is the normal stock 2-liter engine, but you know what, let me not bore you with too many details. But yeah, last year, it's been a while that it's been parked. So last year I was driving on the highway and the car just died. And yeah, that was quite an interesting experience. Wish I could have taken pictures or some sort of videos at that time, but I was a little bit frustrated. I thought I could actually sort it out, but anyways, eventually got the car towed after spending around about 3 to 4 hours on the side of the highway, and got it back home. And yeah, more and more troubleshooting, plugged in my OBD2 scanner, and nothing, like nothing was coming up. So essentially, obviously, if you guys are quite acquainted with your OBD2 scanners, I got mine on my laptop. Essentially, you could have the cell phone version, which is via Bluetooth. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, plugged in my scanner, and to my surprise and shock, nothing was coming up. The connection was happening. Essentially, the cable was showing that it was connected, but the ECU was just not responding, so it wasn't giving me any sort of like feedback or sort of like telemetry, you could say. But yeah, it was just knock knock, nobody's home kind of situation. So that was a little bit of a mind-boggling situation for me there, because the thing is, now I've never experienced this issue. I've always plugged in my OBD2 scanner and everything was cool, cleared the error codes and fixed whatever that needed to be fixed and whatsoever, and all was all good. And then yeah, this time around, nothing. I was like, yo, okay, this is interesting. So the first thing first, checked the fuse for the ECU, and yeah, that was fine. I'm like, okay, cool, let me just change it and put a new one. You'll never know, fuse might look fine, and just to find out that it's actually maybe just a tiny smidgety broken, you could say. But yeah, so essentially started this whole entire just trying to fiddle around, try and see if the ground is there, checked all the grounds in the car and everything like that. And yeah, well, unlucky, unfortunately. Just it's days and days of just troubleshooting, more just like weekends, because the car is more like a weekend car or a Friday car kind of a thing. It's a bit of a sentimental car to me. But yeah, so done all of that, and eventually I got to the point where I just ripped out the ECU and had a look at it. And sorry about that. So I had a look at it, and I'm like, you know what, I could have just gonna open this thing up, because clearly I checked all the cables going to this thing and they're all fine so far. And opened it up, just to find out that definitely the ECU, or to say the brain, has left the building, or to say the hood. But yeah, no, actually gonna show you guys here. Excuse my little mess here, sitting on my sim rig, well, on a table. Yeah, so this is the OEM ECU for the car. She's quite a big boy, I must say. So I'm just gonna open this up a bit, and obviously at first glance you would think, okay, everything looks fine at first glance, but if you look carefully, let's just probably have something that won't blend in. If we look carefully, I'm gonna try to show you guys this. Is it on this side? Yep, it's on this side. So one of those bridges, it's broken. This one specifically, that guy is broken, and it's supposed to connect to that guy over there. So essentially I would assume, look, I'm no automotive guru or anything, so I would assume this is the last line of defense when it comes to protection for your ECU, is that those bridges, or I don't know, the wires, or let's call them bridges for now, I don't know exactly the exact name. Those bridges, essentially, they are meant to protect the ECUs, just the last line of defense. And yeah, you know, after that happened, I was like, okay, cool, all right. It's not what I expected to find. I was actually a little bit, you could say, relieved in a sense that I know what the issue is now, but then a bad idea came to mind. Okay, so it's not really such a bad idea. It's an idea that I've always had, kind of like procrastinated around it. Is that I wanted to always buy an aftermarket ECU for my car, but you know, just never really had the push for it in a sense, or had the real feel of really wanting to do it, because the car worked. You know, like, why change it when everything works, essentially? I mean, obviously, I don't know exactly what caused this issue. Could have been, I mean, on that day I did wash the car, I did wash the engine bay. Yeah, you shouldn't wash the engine bay, but I always did. I always wash the engine bay. And yeah, that happened. Boop. And yeah, so I bought an aftermarket ECU, and you'll be surprised which one I chose. Obviously, I'm from South Africa. There's a limited number of ECUs that we have available locally. Internationally, we can import an ECU, and there are some retail stores or resellers, you could say, that do sell international ECUs, like your, what is this thing called? Civix, and I almost said Hellcat. Yeah, it's not an ECU. I forgot the name, but it's that ECU. It's that ECU. That's just my wife there, watching reels and laughing. Yeah, forgot the name, but yeah. So there's a whole entire list of cool ECUs out there that, you know, everybody can actually buy. You know, and to buy like a top of the range ECU like that, something like a Civix or anything like that, yo, that is hectic. I would never buy that. That is too expensive for me personally, because not a chance that I'm going to spend like probably like 3 times the cost of my actual car for an ECU, essentially. Obviously, yes, there is more modability, or you could say tunability or flexibility, you want to put it in a sense. Whichever way, you know, you beautiful gurus out there in the world who know exactly, you know, the difference between different kinds and different tiers of ECUs. Obviously, you know, I just looked into what we had in South Africa. I mean, I'll just name a few that I can pick out my head. I didn't like prepare a script or anything. I think I should have. But anyways, it is what it is. So out of the top of my head, obviously in South Africa we have Spectronics, Power Mods, Blue Arc. I think we have like 6 of them or something like that. I don't know, 5 or 6, somewhere there, or maybe 4. Yeah, so essentially, you know, I had a look at what we had available or have available in South Africa, and without a doubt, you know, we got like a huge range of ECUs in South Africa, and when it comes to price points, yeah, I mean, you could go all the way to really cheap, all the way to really expensive, essentially. But I'll give you a few moments to actually just guess which one I actually chose from the available ECUs in South Africa. Obviously, I didn't want to like wait, and just note that the decision on the ECU that I wanted to buy was just mainly based on, can I DIY this thing? Okay, so my car It's, it's a project car essentially. It's something that I fiddle around with. You learn from that, and I can apply it to either my daily or any other car that I'm working on. I'm no mechanic, but your family cars are just, something's wrong, you try fix it. Mechanics are a little bit not expensive, honestly, but if you could fix it at home, that'd be really cool. But it's more to do with your small little things. So essentially, I'm a person who likes to fiddle around. I like to troubleshoot things myself. I like to fix things myself. So you could say yes. There's types of petrol heads. There's your driving petrol head and your mechanic petrol head. Although there are people who are both, in a sense, and are extremists to one side or extremists to the other side, whichever way you want to put it. End of the day, you're a petrol head, simple as that, or a diesel head. But so essentially it was more to do with, can I DIY most of it? In this case, the one that I chose, I can pretty much DIY everything that I can kind of really think of with my own ability. And the other thing is, when it comes to support, like your after sale support, are you going to be able to still go back to the same company and ask them questions on, how do you do this, how do you do that, without having been told, oh no, take it to a person who's a retailer or a tune shop, they'll sort it out for you. Come on, dude, I want to learn, and I'm doing this vlog for you guys actually to also just have fun and enjoy my experiences that I'm going to go through. I'm not going to put in, not to say I'm not going to put in, but I'm going to put in as much as I can on the vlogs. There'll probably be like moments where I'll probably hurt myself, maybe, I don't know, or maybe I'll do stupid things. But I know obviously there are other people out there who are well versed in aftermarket ECUs and tuning cars and whatsoever. But hey, dude, I'm just here for fun. I just enjoy doing what I like to do, and I like to actually share it. I've been fiddling around with my car for years and years and years, and fiddled around with other cars. And this time around, I was like, let me just share the journey, and you guys can get to enjoy it and go through it with me, But so it was mainly those categories: is the ability to communicate with the company afterwards, after you bought it, and communicate with them and troubleshoot with them, that helping system. Because from what I could see, from what I read, I'm not against anyone, I just chose what I like, simple as that. Yes, I do know that I do have a friend who uses the same ECU. He's used it for a bit of a while, essentially. But I wasn't really around him that much to actually get to feel and understand the ECU itself. He'll just comment a few things there and there. Excuse me. So essentially, you can take a guess which one I chose, and it'll be probably something that you wouldn't guess that I'd actually choose it. I mean, there's so many cool ECUs in South Africa, and I chose this one purely because I love to DIY, and the other ones just felt a little bit out of the DIY space for me. Okay, that's my view, my thoughts, no influential side of it to say, hey, you chose it because blah 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 blah, he influenced you. No, dude, no. I just read and from all the comments and all the forums that I've seen in South Africa, it just felt right for me from what I could see out there that I want to choose this one. Look, it's going to be a bumpy road. It's not going to be perfect. No ECU is perfect, and I'm not perfect. I'm probably going to be like the worst person to fiddle around with this. But you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a bit of fun. I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people. It's perfectly fine. Be pissed off. That's just normal. It's human. But come back again and watch some more things that I piss you off about it. Maybe I might fix it. Just comment there and tell me I pissed you off, and tell me how to correct it. I mean, I'm willing to learn. We're all willing to learn. I'll teach you something. You teach me something. Come on, share the knowledge. You know, you can't do that. But yeah. Anyways, let me just not hold you guys too much. Okay. Are you ready for this? Okay, let me get it. All right. So here she is. I bought her like a long time ago, and yeah, when I mean a long time ago, it's almost pretty much almost 9 months now. Could be 8, 9. I don't know. But all right, this is the original ECU, and 3, 2, 1, voila, Vlog. Okay, look at the size comparison. This thing is tiny, and it's lighter. So, right, ladies and gentlemen, I bought myself a Vlog, and yeah, ladies and gents, we probably a bit of dirt because I opened the box and I just never really came back to it again. I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's really cool, and just put it away, and then work got a little bit hectic, and then boom, Bob's your uncle. But yeah, so I chose the Vlog, and you know what? Every man for himself. Your comment, you tell me. That's all up to you. It's fine. Me, I won't be angry. You can say whatever you want there. You know, let's help each other out here. Let's be awesome. All right. So, what I love about this. Okay, here are the main reasons. Okay, so not main reasons, but here are the things that I love about Vlog. Okay, cool. You get pretty much everything in the box. Okay, just unravel the beautiful nest. Hey. All right, the wiring harness. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know what I love about this? It's labeled. And let's say label disappears. Guess what? There is a PDF for it of all the labels of what the cable does and which and blah 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 blah. So no issues. Let's say I don't have the PDF and I lost the PDF. Guess what? In the ECU itself, which I'll show you. Well, not ECU. In the it is essentially in the ECU program. In the ECU program itself, voila, there is labels. So you can, like, how doof. Okay, I'm probably gonna mess it up at some point, but how? Like, I'm bound to. I'm that guy sometimes. How, like, you cannot go wrong. So, wiring harness. Okay, I'm not gonna like disassemble this because last time I touched this, it was hard to get it back into like a decent ball. This nest here, as nice as I could put it together, but yes, you like, I don't know, you can't be stupid enough, or like you just cannot get it wrong. Well, you can get it wrong. I mean, you could be partially colorblind. Men, this is for us. We somewhat colorblind. So I chose the package that they recently brought out with all the auto-tune stuff and, you know, the cool stuff with it. I call it the auto-tune pack, but I just think that they just give you everything with it. I mean, previously, from my knowledge, because I've been looking at ECUs in South Africa for a while now, from my knowledge, you only got the ECU and the wiring harness, and you had to go buy this yourself, which is the AFR, boom, AEM. Maybe, nah, white, no. I got a black car anyways, you'll get to see the car. I got a black car, and this is perfect. So you got your AFR gauge, and exhaust button, the button, with a 2 sensor. Okay, this guy, ladies and gentlemen, according to this guy, you do not drop this guy. You drop this guy, dead. You know, be careful, handle with care. According to Mr. Chris, what he said, handle with care. You drop it, hey, money down the drain. We have to buy a new one. Okay, didn't really put it in that kind of a voice, but yeah, essentially, be careful. Right, and then that's the harness. Well, the wiring for the O2 sensor. I think it is an O2 sensor. Yes, it is. But get all those cables with it, and you know, this is what I'm saying. It's such a DIY package on its own for me. That's my view. Is the whole entire thing feels very DIY-ish, and I don't want to be going to a place for my car to get tuned and I'm not doing it, essentially. At some point you probably might go to a dyno just to to run the car through and make sure that everything is working perfectly fine and we're producing the right amount of power. What I mean the right amount of power, I pretty much mean the original power that the car can produce. So that would be goal number one: make the car produce the exact amount of power as stock, and then after that we'll fiddle around, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, so I'm super excited, and so I'll show you guys just now. I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the things that you just initially do. Just note that the map that you get with the ECU itself, it's a base map to get the car to just initially run. After that, it's all up to you, fiddle fingers, magic wand. Well, the S Pen. Yeah, you fiddle and you have a lot of fun. So yeah, essentially I'm just gonna be fiddling and having a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll just take you through what I've done. I'm not gonna take you through all the pages because it's got a lot of features, and yeah, I'm probably gonna say the wrong things, and probably I'm gonna get a gun to my ear. Bah! You say wrong things. That's not what this does, and this is not. Hey, bro, just tell me it's fine, I'm just human. I mean, it's been like months now that I've actually had a sit down with Chris, the owner of Blue Arc, and literally when I went to go buy it, I went to go pick it up there, and we sat for probably like 4 hours, close to 5 hours. He's running me through everything, just getting me to understand exactly what I'm gonna be headed into, explaining everything. You could ask questions and questions and questions and questions and questions, and it is awesome. All right, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's incredible. But yeah, so my mic quality will probably change because now we'll be going to the computer so I can show you guys how everything looks like. And yeah, let's get rolling. Let me not procrastinate a little bit more. I do love to chat a lot, and let's get straight to the point. I'm sure you guys want to get straight to the point. I mean, I'm still super excited. Okay, no. Okay, right. So, okay. Anyways, let's get into it, and yeah, see you guys on the flip side of the computer.